Yes, welcome back to a brand new video, and in this one we are predicting this year's Premier League top four. So many teams involved. Now, I'm going to read out the current top four and where the four teams stand and whatnot, and we'll give our predictions, see who could get in the mix, who's looking well, and who doesn't take your fancy. Right, in first place, Arsenal, as we know. Second place, Manchester City. Third place, I literally just discovered we hit record, Newcastle, who overtook United with their big win on the weekend, and then Tottenham are in fourth place. And for the first time in a long time, possibly this season, United are in fifth. They're not in the top four. Lads, wild top four season. Where do we stand with this one?
It's crazy, isn't it? It's a crazy situation. As in yesterday's video, man, Jordan said, it's so competitive and it's a mad season in the Premier League. For me, obviously, I think City win the league. I think we'll do it. I think we will claw them points back. So I'm going to go for City as number one. I'm going to go Arsenal number two. I think Newcastle get in the top four. I do. I think they get it. I've said this for a couple of weeks, even when they weren't doing so good, because their defense is mint. All they have to do is start scoring goals, and they're going to get in the top four. They just don't concede goals. So I think Newcastle get in. I'm not sure if they finish third or fourth. I'm going to give them a third. I'm going to say they're going to finish third, and then coming in at four, I'm going to say United just do it. I think United just pip Spurs. I think that Brighton, despite how good they've been this season, and they've got the best form out of the challengers, I think that in the end, they'll just fall a little bit short. But I think, for me, Spurs do it. United do it. However, having said that, if Spurs can get a manager in quick, if they say they get Pochettino in right this week, right, I think they'll have a serious opportunity of doing it. I think they just need a manager to come in. And of course, by the way, Tottenham do play Brighton this weekend, so that's huge. I think if Tottenham need a manager to come in there quickly, who will raise the spirits. They've had Antonio Conte in, right, who's a miserable guy, yeah. And I've said all season, I don't think they like playing for him. I've never seen Spurs players actually happy when they're playing football. If they can get someone like a Pochettino in, who will come in and lift the whole fan base, the whole club, I think they could do it, but they need to do it quickly. And I think they should have done it this week, so they could have had someone in for the weekend. I think that could cost them, and I'm worried about Spurs going to playing Brighton at the weekend. I think it might be a draw, or Brighton could win it. But I think United just do it. I think United, and obviously they've got the 2 games in hand on Spurs as well, which massively helps. So I'm going to go United to finish fourth. Just.
Yeah. Who have you gone for? I guess you're going City top, Arsenal second, yeah?
Me?
Yeah.
I've got
City top. Yeah. I'm going to go City to win, obviously. Back to team and that. Arsenal second. I think United will finish third. And I think Newcastle will finish fourth. I think Spurs, having played them extra 2 games and not really capitalise on that, I think could be very, very costly.
Mm-hmm.
I think, and like you say, the wait for this new manager to come in. And yes, the new manager will lift spirits, but there seems to be no real direction where they're going now. I like the Poch thing seems to be on the edge. Obviously, this will change as soon as they do get someone in, but right now, I don't really know if it's nailed on who they're going to get. A lot of people are saying Poch nowadays. And if he comes in, he'll definitely raise the spirits and maybe they'll be Happy Meal FC we've been trying to get to for a while. I think United, I don't see a situation where United don't get that top 4. I don't know why. I think it's because they've been, like you said at the start, they've been in the top 4 for so long now. They had such a difficult start to the season. There's a time when City were top and United were 20th. Mm-hmm. It was a wild start to the season for United, but Ten Hag really he did steady that ship. He got them going. And then they was in the top 4 for a very long time and looking decent. And they were right behind us a few times as well.
Brendan Rodgers is, by the way, incidentally, he's currently the favourite for the Spurs job. Pochettino in second and Nagelsmann third.
The latest reports are suggesting that Pochettino. I don't pay a huge amount of attention to who's the favourite for the Tottenham job, but the Tottenham fans that I do interact with on a day-to-day basis, they say that Pochettino has rejected the Tottenham job. He's turned it down, and he doesn't want the kind of thing. So they're opening it up to the different candidates. But I want to open up this top 4 conversation beyond just the clubs we spoke about, because There are other clubs in the mix. Obviously, Chelsea have had a shocking season. I think you can as close to write them off, if not almost mathematically write them off in top four. Liverpool struggling to find form, but they are not out of the equation. And I also want to throw in Brighton, who are on 46. I just realized here looking at it as well. Newcastle, Tottenham, and United, all three of them are on 50 points. Some of them have games in hand over each other, but Brighton are only 4 behind on 46. Brighton are also in fine form right now. Evan Ferguson scoring goals, Matoma scoring goals. We're linked ourselves with a lot of their players for a reason, because they've got a lot of very, very good players. Do either of you see Brighton making an outside push and doing the unthinkable?
I think Brighton could do it. I think they've got the team to do it and the manager to do it. The problem for them is they've got some tough games, bro. They've got Spurs, Chelsea. They've still got City to play. They've still got to play United. They've still got to play Arsenal, and they've still got to play Villa. They have a horrendous last sort of 8 to 9 games. They've got to play like six of their teams that they've got to play are all in like the top 8. Mm-hmm. So if they get it, you got to look at them and go, "Fucking hell, GG's lads." I just think push comes to shove. As I said a minute ago, I think they'll just fall a little bit short. I think Liverpool are out the race. I do. I know like they're not that far away. They're only 7 points behind, but I just think they look so inconsistent. They look so poor. And yeah, I just don't think they do it. And I just think
the issue for me, boys, like Newcastle, Manchester United, and Brighton all have a game in hand over Liverpool. Mm-hmm. All 3 of them teams have a game in hand over Liverpool. Liverpool at this moment can't be consistent. They don't look consistent at all. And I think a few weeks back, they had a couple more games in hand on everyone else, where if they would have won them games in hand, they'd have been like 1 point off top 4. Mm-hmm. It was something like that. That's where they needed to be. They needed to really win them games and get up there, but they didn't because of the inconsistency. Mm-hmm. So I feel like now they'll fall out of this. I think they could be out now.
The one thing I would say about them, they do have they have an easier running. They've got Leeds, Forest, they've got West Ham, Fulham, who are not very good at the moment. They've got Leicester, Southampton. So they do have like easy games, but it's Liverpool, and they only win at home, right? If you look at their away record, their away record is so poor. So I personally just believe that they're just not close enough. I think if they had like an extra 2 to 3 points at this stage, I think I'd probably still back them, and I don't write them out of it, but I just think again, they've no wins in the last 3. They look so poor against City. They probably should have lost the game against Chelsea the other night when Chelsea probably should have scored 4 or 5 goals past Liverpool. Yeah. And of course they have Arsenal. And whilst you might go, oh, they could do us, we want them to do us a favour against Arsenal. Arsenal go to that game favourites, despite the fact that it's at Anfield and whatever. Arsenal, the way they're playing, they should go to Anfield and win. And they lose that game, Liverpool, and Brighton beat Tottenham, or Tottenham beat Brighton, and United get a win, and Newcastle get a win at the weekend. Then I think they will 100% be out of the title race. They're probably still hanging on. They're not completely out of it. I just don't think they'll do it. And with Brighton, again, their running is so difficult that I just don't think that they're going to do it. Who are you saying? You've not said your top 4, I don't think.
I'll give mine in a second. We'll all give our final top 4 list just so everybody's clear as to what we've chosen. But on the Liverpool thing, for me, Sunday when they play Arsenal, it's D-Day. I think if they lose Arsenal this Sunday, for me at that point, I'm saying no, that they ain't getting top 4, and that's a massive, massive blow for Liverpool Football Club. And I saw a lot of content on YouTube this morning. I see a massive, massive amount of conversations arising over Klopp's future. Should he be sacked? Should he walk? What's the best? Like, has he run his course at Liverpool? That may be a video or a stream in its own right, or some sort of a chat you guys can have with us. But let's clarify our top 4 list, and then of course you guys give yours down below in the comments. I'm backing my boys, Manchester City to win the league. Somehow, I think Arsenal will slip up. We will capitalize. We'll show our experience and hopefully get a 3-peat. I'm going for Arsenal second, of course. And in third place, I'm going to go with Man United. I'm going to go with Man United in third place. I just think they'll do it in the end. And then in fourth place, I think it is absolutely there for Eddie Howe's Newcastle United to take this season. I think they're much further ahead in their trajectory than they expected to be, but this is the perfect season they could have expected in terms of so many other teams falling off. Their team is clicked. They fell off a little bit in the middle of the season, but they seem to have found their form again. They're scoring goals. Their big players are turning up. So yeah, City, Arsenal, United, and Newcastle. LB, what was yours again?
Yes, I'm going to City to win the league. I'm going to go Arsenal. In second place, I'm going to go for Newcastle to hold on to third. And I've actually just checked their running again. They don't have the worst running in the world. Newcastle. They got West Ham, Villa. Obviously, a bit tricky. They got Everton, Southampton, Leeds, Leicester, Chelsea on the final day. I think they can do it. And then I'm going to say, unfortunately, I do think United will sneak in there. But if Tottenham can get a manager who can lift the squad, then I think they could do it, Tottenham. But I'm going to go for United. So City, Arsenal, Newcastle, United.
I think it's City, obviously. Arsenal. I think Manchester United will get third. Newcastle will come fourth.
Cool.
Interesting. There you have it, people. They are our top 4 predictions as we approach this proper business end of the season. The whole table is hotting up right now. Relegation battle, top 4, top 6, title race, of course, as we know all too well. It is all hotting up. Make sure to let us know your top 4 predictions down below in the comments. We want to see what all of you guys have to say. Please do smash a like on the video as well on your way out. Your support massively helps. And subscribe to the channel if you're new. We've just hit 72K as well. So massively big thank you for that. And we'll see you in the next video.